Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions of the new, or at least I think it's new, Australis Fresh and Flawless Full Coverage Foundation, as well as the matching concealer that goes with it. So I really haven't seen that much about this, but it's the same kind of packaging as that Benefit Hello Fresh or Flawless foundation. So it looks a little bit similar to that. I picked these up obviously on a half price special at the chemist, but the original pricing, I think it's about $20 for the foundation and something like $15 for the concealer. So pretty standard pricing there. So with this foundation, there is quite a few shades here. I think it's 30 or so, and same with the concealer. So it looks pretty good, to be honest. And this isn't even lighter shade. I got the shade Pearl, but I think there's a shade called Fair, and it had a pink undertone and it was very light. So if you're very fair with pink undertones, don't tell me I have pink undertones. I don't give a shit. Like, my face is red. I'm not putting pink on red to emphasize my red face against my white body. Whoa, was that too much of a roast? But yeah, so I got Pearl because it's got the nice yellow undertone that I like, and will hopefully cancel out the redness on my face a little bit. I did swatch it and it looks okay, and the swatch looks very thick, and it does have SPF 15 in it. In the concealer, I got the shade Fair, just because the one up from that, which was Pearl or whatever, was just, you know, a bit too dark. And for my concealer, I do like a lighter look, so that's the shade. It smells like paint. It's so crazy. So for the Pearl, you can see it's a very liquidy foundation, and you can see it's just that bit darker than the concealer. I'm just going to put on a little bit of the Hangover Primer, just to give a bit of moisture back to my skin because I'm feeling very dry. I don't know how to apply this. How should I apply it? Okay, I've got a little brush. I don't know if I should. Alright, so I've got my little brush. Just putting it on. The scent is wild, but look at the coverage. I feel like I'm painting. It's got that paint vibe, but I can feel it drying. So I've got to get in there. So I would say the coverage is like a light medium. It's not too intense. It's covered my redness like pretty well. What do you think? Should I apply some with my finger? Just applying a bit more. I think if I had a better primer, it'd be a little bit better for me, to be honest, just so it would like glide on a bit easier, because that Hangover one is more nourishing. But anyway. Okay, no, this is weird. Like, whenever I like something, I get a bit weirded out, to be honest. I'm like, oh, like a product that is okay in this day and age? No. There's a difference with that extra layer. It layers really well, and I think it's really amped up the coverage with that extra layer. All right, let's give this concealer a go. I feel like concealers are so hard to get right. So we'll see how we go with this side. Obviously, the foundation has done a lot for me, but my eyes are very dry at the moment. So I feel like this color blends into that color pretty well of the foundation. I feel like the concealer is okay. It's adding a bit of brightness, but it almost seems like this is the same product, except in a thicker form. It doesn't seem much different. Is that a trick? Is that something I should already know? I'm going to take a little bit of this Hourglass powder. Obviously, you don't need to use Hourglass powder. I'm just using it because it's very fine and lightweight. All right, I'll do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. The important thing is that the other products went over this foundation really well. So I didn't powder the rest of my face, only under my eyes. And my bronzer and everything still went on like I had powder on. So this foundation does dry down to a matte, you know, powdered finish without having to add powder. The under eyes look okay. They're still a bit crepey. I feel like the concealer doesn't add enough coverage for me. It's the same level as what the foundation is, so it doesn't add anything. Like the foundation, you might as well just wear it by itself. But yeah, so I'll check back in a couple of hours. I might as well tell you guys the time. So it's 10:30. And yeah, I'll be back in a couple of hours. Hey guys, so it's actually the next day. I had a bit of a drama yesterday, so I couldn't finish this video, and I took the makeup off after about 3 or 4 hours, and I was a little bit disappointed because I was really liking it, and so I wanted to continue on the first impression, and it didn't occur to me until I'd already, redone my makeup today. I could have just lied. I could have just started again, but yesterday I was just so impressed, like my initial first impressions, I was impressed by this makeup. So I was like, I want to keep that so you can see my true first impression. Today, I've put my makeup on again at 10 o'clock, and now it's nearly 2. So I've had the foundation on for nearly 4 hours again, and so I thought I'd do a check-in, and then I'll check in again later. So I hope that's not too confusing. A bit random, but anyway, the foundation, I really love how it dries down to a powdered finish, because if you've got textured skin like me, it means you can avoid that step if you want to, of just avoid powdering altogether, which you might like. And yeah, the coverage is really awesome. I hadn't read anything about this foundation, but it does say on the back that it's full coverage, and I would say, oh, hello to soft airbrush finish that'll party with you, not against you. I absolutely believe that so far. It's really clung to the face. It's just a really good coverage as well. I'm just really, really impressed by this, and I can't wait to check in. So I'll check in again in a couple of hours. All right, guys, so this is the final check-in, and I'm a little bit wonky, but who gives a shit? I don't look too bad. I'm a little bit greasy, and my mascara is friggin' going everywhere. The worst thing that's happened to me today is this area here. It's just so like cakey and gross, but I didn't powder down there at all, and I do get quite oily on my chin, so it's all like separated, and it doesn't look great. It doesn't look too dry, although if you look at my cheeks, the coverage of the foundation, it's still all there. Same with my forehead. God, I'm a mess. And under the eyes has still got quite a bit of coverage. All the other products have stayed on nice. So it's not too bad. I think in future, if I was using this foundation, I would definitely make sure to, powder. So that's kind of the weird spot you're in with this foundation, is that when you put it on, and those first 4 or 5 hours I was wearing it, it was like totally looking good. But then I think for a long day, you're going to need to end up powdering anyway. It's just kind of how it is if you like me with oily skin. Loving it. I know I've absolutely been loving all the foundations that I've tried this year, haven't I? God, I say that about everything. So I do like this foundation. The color is really amazing. Like, it is really light, guys. I was like, saw myself in the mirror. I was like, holy shit, I'm white, which I am. But usually my face is a bit darker than my body because it's hard to get a match. But the color is so, so good for me, I think, anyway. And there is a colour lighter, and there's lots of darker shades. So I think, just about anyone could actually give this a go, which is pretty cool to start off with. Not a lot of foundations have come close to my Maybelline Superstay foundation, which you guys know I love. But this one is actually like, I won't say on par, but it is like pretty good. I'm really liking it. I think I might take this one away with me when we go to the Gold Coast, just because it's got that bit of SPF, but it's also flawless. And as long as I powder and stuff, I should be okay. So if you've come back, thanks so much for coming back to my channel and watching another one of my videos. I'd love to know if you're going to try this foundation out. I would highly recommend it. Or if you tried it and you think it's shit, I would love to know that too. But anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.